Hello everyone, welcome back to the next video. In this video I will show you how to integrate Facebook login for your native Android application. So let's get started. So firstly you will have to come to this particular URL https://developers.facebook.com/doc/android. Then just click on Facebook login. Of course you would require one Facebook login to access this because we would require that Facebook login. So you would require one Facebook account. Then just click on Android. Then here you will see this startup guide. Then just click on create new app. So I'll open this inside a new tab. Okay, and firstly if you are creating an app for the very first time on this Facebook portal, it might ask you for your mobile number as well, just to verify that you are a real user. Just enter those details, and here I will just click on I don't want to connect. Okay, and here authenticate and request data from users with Facebook login. Okay, then I'll just click on next. No, I'm not building a game. If you are building a game, just select that. It tells me to enter my app name. I will just enter my awesome app, and just enter your email address. I'll click on next, and then this will this create app, and it is asking me for my credentials. I'll just enter my credentials. Now once you do this, this entire thing to get verified might take little bit of time, so be patient. Also if you go to this required actions tab, it will tell you exactly what all required actions you have to take, because if I click on app settings, I'll come back to this later on. Let's go back to the documentation. It is saying that download Facebook. I don't know why they want us to download the Facebook app. Like from what I have tested, even if I don't have the Facebook Android app on my real Android device, it still works, because once I click on this Facebook login button, it opens it inside a web browser, mostly Chrome. So I'm not sure if this is necessary or not. I don't think it is necessary. Okay, we'll come back to this integrating Facebook SDK later on. I'll come back to this also later on. Okay, I'll come back to this. Okay, let me just quickly check. Okay, let's just go step by step. Okay, so here as you can see, I have created my Android application. I have already added the necessary code, but I will show you what all things I have done and what all things the documentation is saying. Firstly, we need to add Maven Central. This is already present. If you create a native Android application, just use Jetpack Compose or Activity XML layout. I am using Activity XML layout. Use whatever you feel like. Then here inside settings.gradle.ts, here you can see Maven Central is already present over here, so we don't need to add this. The next thing is we need to add this Facebook login dependency. So here inside build.gradle.kts, here you can see I've added Facebook login dependency, and this is referred inside libs.versions.toml. so if you see, so at the time of me recording 17.0.0 is the latest version, but you should refer Maven Central to see what is the current version of Facebook login. And here you can see I'm referencing this Facebook login module app as well. Then just click on sync now. It will download all the dependency for you. Okay, this is done. Then we need to go to strings.xml. so just copy paste all this and paste it inside res value strings.xml. so here you can see these are the values. Now we have to replace it with actual values. Okay, so for that you can just go to your app, go to basic, app settings, basic, and over here you will see your app ID. So I'll just copy that app ID and I'll paste it over here. Now for FB login protocol scheme, again it should be same our app ID, but it should be firstly it should use FB, then our app ID. Okay, so something like this. Again use your own app ID because I will be deleting this app. Next go to advanced. Okay, and here you will see this client token. So I'll just copy this client token and paste it over here as well. Okay, so this part is done. Let's come back over here. So we have copied this. Then we need to add this metadata tag. Again just copy paste this code. I have already pasted it inside my Android manifest.xml. so here you can see firstly so okay, I'll just come back to that users permission later. So here you can see I have added that metadata tag which they were referring to. Okay, so here if you see, it is referring to the Facebook app id string Facebook client token. So that's, then we have to copy this entire thing, this activity of Facebook activity and custom tab activity. So as you can see over here, I have copied that as well. So over here as well as over here. Okay, and this is the actual FB login protocol scheme. Okay, so just copy paste this. Okay, so this is done. Then we have to add this internet permission. So I have already added the internet permission over here. Then it is also telling us to add this to opt out of this advertising ID permission. So I want to opt out, that's why I have added this permission. Again, it's your choice whether you want to opt out or not. So I've added this. Okay, so ignore this, I think this is not necessary. Then we have to select an app. So I'll just click on this. Okay, what happened? So this is my app, right? Okay, so I've selected the app. Okay, and here it tells you write your package name as well as your default activity name. So I will, to get the package name, you can go to build.gradle.kts. I'll just copy my package name, I'll paste it over here, and the default activity class name is main activity. So I'll just paste this, and it should be main activity, right? So dot main activity, I'll click on save. Okay, it has saved it for us. Then we require the development and release key. Now here you will have to be careful. I am doing it only for development because I am not deploying it to the Play Store, but if you are deploying it to the Play Store, here you can see how to generate a release key hash. So while deploying, you will have to change this key hash as well. For now I am using a Mac, so I have just copy pasted this particular command, and I will just paste it inside one terminal. It will give me the actual value. So here the password is just Android, because that's what's the default debug key of Android is. I'll just copy this, and here I'll just paste it over here. Okay, I'll click on save. Then do you want to enable single sign-on? I don't want to enable it. Again, it's your choice. Then we have to add this Facebook login button. So just copy paste this code, and if you see inside activity underscore main, I am using this Facebook login button. Okay, ignore this button and this button for now. And here is a simple text view which is by default present. I have just added some ID to it. Okay, and this is our Facebook login button which I have just copied it from documentation. Next, okay, now coming back to the actual code, there is one more thing before showing you the code. Go to review, was it review or something? Go to review, app review. Okay, and here click on edit. Okay, maybe not review, maybe verification. No, not verification, testing. Use cases, sorry about this, I'm just checking whether, okay, yeah, go to use cases, click on customize, and here currently we only are requesting for public profile, but I want the email as well. So I'll just click on this add button over here. So we can request the user's email ID as well, because most of us would want the email ID. Also, if I come back to over here, make sure you complete all these steps before you are publishing your app to Google Play Store. So you will have to add this private. So if you come to app settings, go to basic, here you can see you will have to add this app icon, privacy policy, URL, user data deletion and category. Like, we'll see whether this is required for testing as well. I don't think it is required, but let's see. If I'm facing some issue, I will add something to it. I'll let you know. Okay, then we have to add one callback manager. So for that, what I have done, I'll just close everything else. Okay, these are all the imports which I have. So if you want, you can copy paste it. So firstly, I'm creating this login button, which is our Facebook button. Okay, and here I have created one text view. Ignore this button for now, I will tell you later why I'm using this button. Okay, and here also I'll comment it out. Then we have to create a callback manager, so I'm created a callback manager and I'm initializing it over here. Okay, then I have also initialized our login button text view as well. Then what it says is we have to add this set read permission. Now set read permission is deprecated, that's why you will have to write something like this, set permissions. And what all permission I need? Email and public profile. Okay, and for that I have created one companion object at the very bottom, so this is email public underscore profile. So just create this. Okay, so this is done. Then what it says is we have to do this login button dot register callback. So we don't have to add one click listener. If you're directly using the default Facebook button, we don't require a click listener. Just do login button dot register callback. So in case the user cancels the callback, I'm just displaying cancelled on the text view. You do whatever you feel like. On error, again I'm displaying it inside our text view, and on success I'm calling get user details. Okay, we'll come back to that get user details part later. So that's what this callback is all about. Okay, and here it is telling create callback manager. I have already shown you, we have created this, and okay, we have also created this as well. Okay, we don't really require this, but this is required later on. I will tell you for what purpose. But if you are using the default login from Facebook button, the default login button from Facebook, you don't require this particular thing. And any which ways on activity result is deprecated. I'm not sure why they have not updated their documentation, because this is very difficult to use with on activity register for activity result. According to me, there might be some way, but I couldn't figure it out. And to check the login status, we have to write this particular bit of code. So that also I have written. So if you see at the very start, I'm checking whether I have proper access token or not. If yes, then I'm just calling get user details, or you can do whatever you feel like. If no, then I'm just displaying a toast message that okay, there is no user such. Okay, so get user details I'm calling twice, like once the user opens our app, if there is access token, then call get user details, or if the user successfully registered, then I'm calling get user details. So ignore this enable express login, I'm not really interested in this. So I think that's it. Now coming back to get user details, so if you see, it takes an access token, then we have to create this graph request called new me request, pass our access token, and inside the JSON object you will get email, name, ID. So if you see over here, where did it go? So here I only need the ID, name and email, but if you want more fields, you can just do comma separated, add those fields, just refer the Facebook documentation for it, what all fields you can get it. And here so this here we are creating one request and passing that. Here we are creating our parameters and assigning the parameters to our request and executing the request asynchronously. So once it is executed, we come back over here. If it is proper, then I'm just extracting name, email and ID, displaying it inside our text view. If not, I'm just displaying an error message. So let's quickly run this. Let's see if this works or not. If it doesn't work, then probably I need to add this app icon, privacy policy, user data deletion and category fields, I guess. But while publishing it to Play Store, you will have to add this, otherwise. So here you can see user not I'm getting, because we have not signed in, right? Ignore this login logout button for now, just concentrate on this text view and this particular continue with Facebook button. So if I click on continue with Facebook, here you can see it has opened Chrome like an in-app web browser, and it is asking me for submission. Now here you are seeing this warning because I have not like this has not been approved by Facebook. So the approval from Facebook might take 10 to 15 days, so you will have to be consider that amount as well before deploying it to Play Store. Then I'll just click on continue as whatever user I was, and here you can see all the details has been printed. And if you check this, the button has automatically turned to log out, so we don't have to worry about logging it out. So here these are all the details. If I rerun the app again, okay, So those, so here you can see those fields were automatically populated, and the button is also log out. If I click on log out, so yeah, it just this pop-up is from Facebook themselves. I can just click on log out and the user was logged out. I have not updated the text field, but I think that's fine. All right, now why I have created this login and logout button? There could be a scenario in which maybe you don't want to use this Facebook button, you want to add this login with Facebook, logout with Facebook on your own custom button. So for that, if I go to my activity underscore main, here you can see I have added just two buttons, one for login in Facebook, second for logout. Okay, then I have just initialized our login button over here. We'll just initialize it. Okay, and here you can see we are creating one login manager. That's what is required when you are trying. So here, as you can see, I have created one login manager variable, and that is required whenever you are trying to do it with your own custom button. Personally, I would say that don't create your own custom button, just use the default Facebook button, because if you create the custom button, then you have to use on activity result, and that is deprecated, and I don't like deprecated stuff. So here anyways, but I'm telling it to you. So here, once our login button is clicked, then we are just calling login manager dot login with read in permission, pass email and public profile, and here is our callback. So once user successfully logs in, then we call get user details, otherwise I'm just updating the text on cancel and on error. Then here I have done another find view by ID button, and on click of it I'm just calling login manager dot logout, and the get user details part is the same. Okay, so nothing difference. And here you also have to override this on activity result, this is necessary now. So what I'll do is I'll rerun my app, and I will quickly show you the output as well. So the user not, that means the user is not logged in, right? So if I click on this login button now, so the custom login button which I have, so it will first open Facebook login. I'll continue. I have already entered that credential, so it remembers my credential from my past login, and here you can see these are all the credentials. Now if I try to, I will quickly rerun my app just to show you that the access token has been persisted properly. So here you can see we are able to see the details. Now if I click on logout, here you can see the user has logged out. Also the button, the upper button of continue with Facebook also changes depending on what we have done. So if I click on, so just concentrate on this button, even though I'm clicking this particular button. So if I click on this button, it is displaying this Facebook sign in. I'll just click on continue as SAN, and here you can see it got automatically converted to logout. Now I'll click on this particular button. Here you can see this also turned to continue with it. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.